What's up, everyone? The Panda Photographer. Happy Monday. I hope everyone enjoyed their weekend, because it was really nice. Easter weekend, I believe it was. I don't celebrate Easter, but those that do celebrate Easter, I hope that you did enjoy your weekend. But today is the day that I talk about mounting on a Canon EF 150mm micro lens onto a micro four thirds camera, but we're going to talk about other stuff before that. All right, got the comments. Okay, how do you guys like this scenery? Do let me know down in the comments or in the live chat. What do you think about this? I do like the window, but what I don't like is when people are in my frame. So I make sure that my focus point is just on me. So if I do this, it should focus on my hand. And it does. So let's talk about some stuff as a travel photographer before we get started. But yeah, I'm a travel photographer. That's all I do. And I do a little bit of consulting. So I make my money on the road, but YouTube doesn't understand that because YouTube wants to play hard ass. I struggle like everyone else does. I'm equal to everyone, I'm no better than everyone. So just get that out of the way. I am just a guy trying to establish some type of foundation here in the States. Also trying to, share my experience as a photographer and as someone. Let's be real about it. As someone black in America, it is really fucking difficult to land gigs. Literally. I'm not saying that it has nothing to do with skin color, but people are really opinionated, and there is still racism out there in the world. There's a lot of racism, and it hurts everyone. Businesses, families, relationships, schooling. If you go to university and you're talked to, it hurts a lot. So what we need to do is just cancel that crap out. That doesn't exist, but in reality it does still exist. And when it does exist, we have to make sure that we are paying attention to those and help those by fighting back what is rightfully and truthfully reality, that we are all human beings. We have to live with each other. And when the time comes that we have to fight for our survival, who's going to have your back? And answer that question. But anyway, I want to skip this song. Alright, that's better. But anyway, guys, like I was saying before, I'm the Panda Photographer. Most people know me as the Panda Photographer, but some people know me as KK Alexander if you want to call me by my first name. Let me explain to you how you pronounce my first name. Cake, that you eat. Key, that you turn. What does that leave you? Cakey. 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 I'm gonna eat some cake and then turn that key. And then eat some cake and then turn that key. So simple. Don't say Kiki or KK. It's wrong. That's the wrong. I let people slide. Some people call me Mr. B now. I don't know. That sounds pretty catchy. Mr. B. But we already have a Mr. Beast on YouTube. I don't want to be called Mr. B and get people confused. But anyway, so with that said, I have a website, everyone. You can see all my lovely, beautiful photos. The gallery. Check them out. I have tutorials on how to protect your work, show you do contracts, how to price your work, tips on the 10 composition rules, aperture stuff, and a bunch of that good jazz. But if you guys want to support the channel, please be my guest. There's a PayPal donation link right here. You don't need a PayPal account to donate, by far. But anyway, back to my ugly face. So, what is today's topic about? Well, I have a plan to mount on a Canon EF Irix 150 f2.8 micro lens. Now, I did the first review on this lens. Well, technically, I edited the first part of this lens, showing that the construction build, the quality, the optics, and all that jazz, but we haven't tested it fully. So I've been waiting for someone to actually present me with the opportunity. This is an opportunity to do it with, but here is the lens. I still have it in the box. So let me show you again once more. I have the links down to the Nikon and the Canon mount. If you want to buy it for Sony, you can buy it if you have the Metabones adapter or the M11 adapter, MC11 adapter. Sorry for Sigma. Has a tripod collar mount like a gun. Bio. Anyway, this is what the lens looks like. If it focuses on, see, this is what the lens. It's pretty beefy, pretty weighty on the weighty side. But what if we was to take this lens, place this right here, then take the Yi M1 4K mirrorless micro four thirds camera, and mount this bad boy onto it. It dwarfs it. Look. Let me just show you without my hands in the way so you guys can see. Look how much it dwarfs this little camera. It doesn't even look like a camera is on there. Oh, it looks so cute. But imagine that bokeh. That bokeh is going to be super impressive. Now, this lens on this particular micro four thirds is going to add up to about 300mm f4, but I have an idea, because I was going to buy an adapter for it, which is supposed to help with boosting light, but I don't know. But with that said, this is the plan. Take this camera, take the adapter. If you guys want to support helping me get that adapter, it's $150, by the way. And basically, place this adapter on this body, and then place this FE mount Canon. This is a Canon mount right on top. Why did I get the Canon mount? Because I may want to mount this on a Sony E-mount one day, if someone has the right adapter, which I'm pretty sure most most Sony shooters should have the MC11 or a EF to E adapter, which is E-mount for Sony. But yeah, but this is, it's like a gun. Look at that. Look how I'm holding it. It's like my gun. Oh yeah. Like, how they do it in the hood? How they hold their guns in the hood? Like sideways, or they hold it upside down? What do they do now these days? I don't know. People in the hood just confuse me. But I guess they hold it down upside down, like, give me your money, fool. No, I'm kidding. But yeah. But it's a pretty beefy, well built weather seal, by the way. But keep in mind the front element. Let me turn this. Look at that. Alright, actually, let me show you. Look at that. You see my eye, dude? See my eye? Do it? Oh yeah. Look how big that element is. Woo! That is ridiculous and sexy. Just me looking into it, I can see the camera. Oh man, that is so sexy, Polka. But mind you that if I were you, you want to get a UV filter to protect the front element, because it's actually not scratch proof. So be cautious about it. But with that said, alright, so let me mount this, put this back on for safety reasons. I don't want to damage this lens because it's not a cheap, well, it's, I don't know, $600 is not cheap to a lot of people, actually. So you're like, damn, $600? Yeah, $600. Yes, it does have a CPU digital aperture contact in the back. This is why I want to get a Pacific adapter. I'm going to show you the adapter in a minute. But so it can change the f-stops. If I buy an adapter, which I can buy one now, I won't be able to change the f-stop at all. So I'd be stuck at f4 the whole entire process. I don't want to do that. So we got this lens, and we got this camera. Now this is the Yi M1 or Yi M1 4K mirrorless camera. So let me briefly go over the camera since you guys have seen some of the footage. So check this out. This camera cannot shoot video in 16:9. So I'm going to correct something that I said in the previous first video, that this cannot shoot in 16:9. But the reason that is, when I actually tried to put the image aspect ratio to 16:9, and when I hit record, it doesn't actually shoot 16:9. And you only can shoot 16:9 if you are in JPEG, so it only works for JPEG. It can't even work in RAW. So, Yi Technologies, hear me out. If you're going to make this camera your first mirrorless camera, which is still good for video, it does have some frequent issues and whatnot, but check this out. Please address some of these shortcomings. These shortcomings are so important to a photographer and someone that's actually catching video. If I want to shoot 16:9 video, I should have the chance to, because this is supposed to be a 4K camera. Why I do not have the option to shoot 16:9 in 4K? I'm kind of confused by that. Very confused. But anyway, did you see the guy that was right back there? He looked behind me. I was like, dude, that's the wrong spot to sit there. Because let me tell you why it was the wrong spot to sit in that chair over there. Because these glass, this is supposed to be a soundproof study room. And it's not. The echo in here just rumbles. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. The echo in here trans through the windows, so people can hear my conversation. Good. But anyway, yeah. Here's another issue with this camera too. That when you are in a continuous light and you get into darker scenes, especially like this morning, I should show you some of that footage. It flickers a little bit, so they need to control the flickering or give us options, because I believe this has something to do with exposure compensation. And from my expertise dealing with Sony for quite a long time, I had that issue, but it wasn't flickering. But anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, one, if we had exposure compensation on this camera, I'm pretty sure, which we do, but we are not really able to access it that quite often in certain settings. And when we do it, when we are able to access it, we have to be in S, which is shutter mode, to access it. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is video work in shutter mode? No, because video is its own program, and when it should work with manual or shutter mode. This is what I'm going to say to Yi Technologies. This should work for video 16:9, also work in shutter mode and manual mode for exposure compensation, so we won't have that flickering issue. And not only that, let me make sure, why is the camera hunting? Alright. And not only that, there is no volume controls. Now, when you are recording, you do hit volume, but I got a comment from yesterday's video. Someone was saying to me that their volume doesn't work. So how do you turn on the volume on this camera? I looked through all the settings, didn't see it. The only way you can access it is when you press record and you record, and when you review the footage, you can go up and down on the volume. That is it. But that doesn't mean that you have control over the volume. So he may have a damaged microphone. I have no idea, but who wants to use video anyway? I mean audio. Oh, sorry. I meant to say audio. Who wants to use the audio anyway on this camera? Just in case. But I don't know. If Yi Technologies is built in a way to mount a shotgun microphone for the shoe mount, be my guest. Or use the USB port to transfer audio, but I doubt that that's gonna happen anytime soon. So your best bet is to have a third-party microphone when you're recording. So yeah, those are my options for you. Okay, so what is going on with the live stream again? See, live streams never work properly. But anyway, guys, so, but overall, it's still an impressive camera, but I have taken some photos in the last like 24 hours. Started doing test samples, and this is a 20 megapixel Sony sensor. And I kind of find it a little bit, it seems okay. It seems pretty alright, I guess, in image quality, but whoa, let me just bring up something here. Okay, so I'm gonna actually access one of these files for you guys. And I'm going to go into my media folder, and I'm going to go to, oops, I just went to the wrong folder. Alright. Yes, bring up photos. Yes, bring up today's photo. And let me show you what it's doing. Alright. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to boot this up for you. Photoshop is going to actually, because mind you, when you shoot photos, it's a DNG file, not a raw. It's a raw file, DNG, but and it's taking quite a little bit longer than expected. All right, so we are now into Photoshop. Now we're in Camera Raw 11.1. And check this out. It registers the camera as M1, so we do have confirmation. Now, look how beautiful that silhouette photo is taken. Now, you can see the f-stop, which is f11, 1/640 of a second, ISO 212mm wide open. Now, if we zoom in, this is, well, that's just going crazy. 100% is 1:1, actually. So, if you scroll down here, you can see that this is raw, by the way, raw image. So, you can see that the image quality from this, from taking pictures, is pretty decent. It's pretty adequate. But when we start to open it up a little bit, watch when I push the shadows. And push the shadows all the way. I push the shadows to 100%, and look at that. Now, it's not getting grainy, but if we take a closer look, you can see now noise has a little creeped in a little bit there. I'm not sure you can see it, so we're going to do this. From this, so as I increase the shadow adjustment, you can see where it's actually really impressive for this Sony 20 megapixel sensor, which is what do they call this 20 megapixel sensor? Let's see if it's on the box. I forgot the model. It should be on this box. I thought I read it on the box. Maybe I read it through the website. Anyway, but so let's try to process this image. If you just hit auto, this is how the image should come out. If you just hit auto, just for the fun of it, just for the sake of it, this is what the image produces. Now, if we zoom in again, I'm gonna zoom in on this young lady. Not too bad. You see some grain. This is basically 1:1 right now at 200%. So as I get deeper, yeah, now we're getting just pixelated. Now we're just going to pixelated territory. but not bad for a 20 megapixel sensor. What do you guys think? You think this is a pretty good camera for taking stills? Because I think it is. It's just the fact that you're gonna have to know how to play with this camera and know what settings and what modes, which of these features you are able to work at. Now, I didn't take time lapse yet. I'm afraid of flickering. That's why. Yeah. So, but yeah, these are what the photos come out. But if I was to add this photo, let's do this. Let's bring the highlights down, all the way down. Let's bring the highlights down to all the way there, and then bring my saturation up a little bit. Bring the exposure. And then we can process this as a, like I said, this is a DNG file. See, whoa, 42,216. Wow, that's the file name, by the way, DNG. But yeah, these are pretty good photos. Now let me bring up another photo for you. Let's try this one. Now, the motor union in UW is open, but you can see that beautiful landscape, that cloud cover is amazing here. Ooh, it is juicy by far. Now, if we were to push the shadows, oops, let's push the whites up a little bit. Man, push these shadows up. All the way up, and then we zoom in. Not too bad. There's really no noise creeping in at this time because we haven't really edited this photo quite yet. But when we pixelate things in, but if we hit auto, you see it makes this adjustment, and you can see where you can get a lot of detail from this sensor. There's a lot of information being processed. You can see detail in the background here. You can see what's going on back here, which is pretty impressive. Most cameras that are lower than 400, you cannot get that processing power, in my opinion. You're not able to get that kind of processing power, and you're not able to actually get that much dynamic range from this sensor. So I believe this sensor is capable of getting some great dynamic range, and I wonder if this might be the same sensor maybe Sony might be using for the A7S3. I'm just speculating here because this is a really good sensor on this camera. It's just the software makes it kind of, you can't really show its true potential with this camera and the software. But I'm pretty sure if Sony was to take this same sensor and put it in the A7S3, our video dreams will come true. All you need is really 20 megapixels. You don't need ridiculously, I heard rumors of 36.8 megapixel or 30 megapixel, which is not too shabby for an 8K, but 8K, in my opinion, isn't an 8K require like 12 megapixels or something like that? So 20 megapixels is way good enough for 8K or 4K footage, and this is way this way over exceeds the 4K limit because this is a 20 megapixel sensor. When the A7S came out, that was a 12 megapixel sensor, but you only really need 8.2 megapixels to record 4K. So I don't know, you guys tell me what you guys think, because these images coming from this camera is pretty impressive. In my opinion, you guys might have different thoughts, but okay, let's take another image. Let's take one of these images just to show you. Oh, why is it? Okay, now we gotta flip the image. Okay, gotta flip the image. Why doesn't, see, this is another thing. Why doesn't it process and flip the image? Maybe, hold on, let me try something here. Can I? No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to flip this. That's weird. Flippy, flippy. Flippy, flippy. Okay, let's try to flip this. Oh, I can't flip it this way. Okay, just flip it. There we go. Okay, so look at that. I pushed the shadows up 100%. Look at that photo. I'm already done with the photo. I don't need to do no more processing. We could go home now. This editing tutorial is over. Ended. But check this out. When I zoom in, it's pretty sharp and not so noisy at all. So we got 200%. That's pretty impressive. How many of you gonna zoom in at 200%? 1:1 is like 100%. So if we do 100%, this is what you would get. Now if we do a full screen, but look at that. That's a beautiful. By the way, I am gonna add these photos and post them online. But we press auto just for the sake and fun of it. You can see the processing. That's pretty good. That dynamic range on this camera, I'm telling you, this might be the Sony A7S3 sensor. And maybe Sony's going to recycle this sensor and put it into the camera, because I think they should. Because I can tell from this camera alone, even though this is a Micro Four Thirds, and then again, I could be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong about a lot of this stuff. I'm not an expert on this stuff, but it just shows that how much potential Sony has and what Sony is given to manufacturers. Now, Sony is dominating the sensor market, mind you, and all we can say right now is that Sony, you rock. This sensor is amazing, but in the wrong hands. Well, I shouldn't say the wrong hands. I would say Yi Technologies is young. They just started making a lot of things. Apparently they make gimbals, they make home accessories for protecting your home. They make action cameras, which I heard action cameras are pretty good. I haven't tried one of them because I've been using GoPros, but if they would love to send me one, be my guest, send me one. I'm gonna put it to this paces. Yes, I'm gonna rough the hell out of it, because as a child photographer, I don't baby my shit. I'm sorry, I just don't baby my gear. Like, I just don't baby it. That's how I am. I'm like, yeah, I try to preserve it. There's a difference from being stupid with your gear and being rough with your gear, but I try to preserve it, keep it in the box, you know. But mind you, this was shot with the 28, which I lost the lens cap yesterday. Yep, I lost the lens cap yesterday, so I got no lens cap. Don't ask me how I lost it. But yeah, this is an okay lens, but imagine putting Panasonic lenses or any other lenses, FE, EF, Canon lenses on here. You think you're gonna get a better image quality improvement? I think so. And then yesterday, actually, let me show you some more photos. Going through this crap. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go into yesterday's. Let's view this as large. Now, check this out. I was sitting at the Memorial Union South, which I never go there, and I decided to go there, see what's going on. And this is what the image quality I got from it. So let's go boot this up. Oh, this does not want to boot up in Photoshop? How dare you? How dare you not open for me? Where? Whoa. Open with, yeah. Photoshop. What the hell? Anyway. So you guys want to support the channel? Just like, share, comment. Be my guest. Okay, so... Oh, I guess this is a JPEG I took. Yeah, this is a JPEG. This is why I didn't boot up in Camera Raw. Okay, so I accidentally shot this in JPEG. My bad. My bad. But you can see the color reproduction is pretty damn good. What is that doing there? Oh boy. But yeah, the color reproduction on this camera is pretty good for JPEGs. It's vibrant, it's green, it has great saturation. Some people may say it's oversaturated, but to me that was so accurate. Because I was like, looking like, wow, that is pretty accurate. Like, wow. Because on this camera, it is not accurate. And I'm sorry, Sony, but your A mount, please update the A77 II, A99 Mark II, A99. Come on, for us A mount shooters. But anyway, yeah, very accurate photos. No. And then I think I also shot this JPEG. Show you this one. A little bit overexposed here in the highlights here, but you know, look how much detail it was giving me. Like, literally was just perfect every single time when I use it in photo mode, it locked on in some cases, and then it did something weird. I'm gonna explain to that in a second. But see, this when you go 1:1 all the way in, then you start to see some grain, but it's still clean for a 20 megapixel sensor. Now I did try to use the 50 megapixel feature, but the other day when I was doing that test, I noticed that the glass has some type of warping effect on the glass here when we was doing it in the other live stream. Mind you, it wasn't muddy, it was due to the glass. So I have to take that statement back. But here's the problem when it wouldn't want to focus on this mouse. It took me literally like 3 minutes to try to focus on this mouse. It seems that it doesn't want to focus on contrast, hard contrast subjects or objects. It will only focus on face, which is good at focusing on face. It will focus on anything that has enough standard light on it. So I'm kind of weirded out about that in a way. I'm kind of concerned, like, okay, so if I'm in a low light situation and I want to film a video, it's going to hunt. But I also showed yesterday and the video side of things how it was absolutely hunting, or I would call like if you're doing video and say like you have a lens and it was actually focus breathing. It wasn't hunting, it was focus breathing, like on its own. It was doing that back and forth. If you didn't see the video yesterday, go check that video out. Sunday's live stream. And I was here yesterday when I did the live stream. So, but yeah. So I wasn't very too happy about the results in the video. I was kind of disappointed that it did such inconsistency tests, but here's the thing I want Ye technology to know. Listen, if this camera was really built for video, then give us video features. Alright? But if it's built for both, why don't you give us both? You can't not have menu mode and then not have everything accessible. And then black out half of the menu category and settings. That's not manual mode. That's what we call priority mode, pussy mode. No offense, but no, that's not how manual mode works. I can show you on my other camera how it should work. If you have manual mode, you should have control over everything. How to shoot video, how to shoot stills, the image aspect ratio. When you take photos with this, I'm gonna say this with a grain of salt. It goes automatic by 4:3. No, it should be 3:2, not 4:3. 3:2. Am I right or wrong, ladies and gentlemen? Because if my camera, all cameras I had, from Sony to Nikon to Canon, they all had a 3:2 image ratio, not a 4:3. That 4:3 makes it look weird. I'd rather shoot 3:2, but here's the thing, I can't even shoot 3:2 in RAW either. That's right, I can't shoot RAW. I mean, I cannot shoot 3:2 in RAW, that's what I meant to say. But this was what concerns me. Now, if I wanted to shoot 3:2, which is the standard when you want to shoot stills, why not have that flexibility? Then that means I can't shoot RAW. I can't process images using this lens unless I shoot JPEG. Now, I can do a JPEG versus RAW just to show you the differences and the benefits behind it, but I just feel like it's gonna dwarf. Look at this. It's gonna dwarf. Look at that. It's gonna dwarf. It's like a little lens. Oh, so cute though. It's unique though. It's like, but yeah. So I'm gonna be buying an adapter for this lens, and hopefully, with everyone's support, I can get it. Yeah, I can get it. Now, keep in mind, like I said, if I buy one of those cheap adapters, I'm not going to be able to absolutely control the aperturing. But then again, I really want this lens, which I'm going to show you right now. I mean, this adapter. Ooh. I'm going to show you right now. Okay. It seems pretty up to par, but all right. So the Rotrox EF M1 autofocus lens mount adapter with aperture control with VR stabilization, and for Canon EF-S to micro four thirds sensor. This is the adapter. Now, it's $136 plus shipping, blah, blah, blah. You know, because I'm not a Prime member anymore, because into Amazon fixes issues with my account, which they said and claimed they did today when we was on the phone. They said that they addressed the issues, so just give them some time. So it's been 30 days and still not addressed. So, but anyway, this is the adapter. It's supposed to have controls. Now, it has a 5-star rating for one customer so far, but there was another link when people gave it a 4.5 stars, so it seems pretty promising. So, I'm not going to bash it yet. I really want it because I really want to control, like I said, on the back of this Irix lens is the contacts, the CPU aperture contact to read out. I want you guys to read that data information, and I don't want to be guessing what I forgot what f-stop I shot this at. No, I don't want to be that kind of guy. But so yep, this is the adapter, and basically there's a lot of adapters. They even got one for Meta Boost, which is like $200 and something. Yeah, there's a Meta Boost version, which, oh yeah, there it is right here. See? Show you this one. This one is a Rotrox FE EOS M2 adapted by 0.71x times booster. Now this one is $156, but oh no, this one is not for micro four thirds, but that would be nice. There was one for the micro four thirds. I gotta find it again. And oh, I think it's this one. Yep, I think it's this one, guys. So we are talking about Comlight CM8EF micro four thirds booster from Canon EF to micro four thirds with a speed boost. So that means if I was to buy this particular adapter, now I still would get 300mm equivalent on the focal length side, but my aperture will go back to f2.8 maybe, or is it 3.2? So that's close to 2.8. So that's good that we're getting that much light coming back into the lens, which is great. But is it really worth the value of $220? I don't know, but that's what they are saying. And it has, as you can see, it has a USB updatable, so you can update the firmware on the MetaBoost adapter. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go the cheaper route. I don't need the MetaBoost adapter as of right now, but it would have been nice if ComLight want to send me one. You want to send me one to do a test. If you want to collab and do a test on these two products, you'd be the third. Let me know. Got my email. Email information is on my YouTube information page, about page, by the way. So anyway, yeah, this would be a good combination, and I think it would be very promising. Now, there's plenty of adapters out there, but I'm just gonna have to go to the cheat route. Now, I can go with the cheat route. Check this out. Look, what's going on with my mouse? Why's my mouse not moving? Alright, I can go to cheat route. I can get some bougie shit like this. And I mean bougie. I mean bougie. It's bougie. Trust me. When you buy stuff like that, yeah, I can buy something like this, but it won't give me electronic readout whatsoever. And I want that data to be on that metadata, because if I'm going to be showing you guys real world tests, I don't want to fake any test like some photographers do, which I'm not hating. I know you're faking it, but still, I'd rather have contacts so it can absolutely read that information, and that's what that's there for. So, and like I said, I'm not sure if, and this one has a lower rating though. This one has like 3.2, 3.4. I'm not really impressed with those kind of stars. It either has to be a 4 or higher. So, yeah. And my opinion, it got 80. Ooh, holy crap! Did it roll over? Wow, the lens that rolls over. Let's read some of these comments. Works great, but can be tricky to remove from the lens. Ooh, see, that's a bad sign. Can be tricky to remove. Look at these images. Okay. Holy crap! After being disappointed with the result. Wow. Do I want to be that kind of guy? I do not want to be this guy right now. I refuse to be this guy. Look at this. Look at this baller. And that's a camera. He got an old ass Olympics with the Canon EF. Nice. Look at that. He got that optical viewfinder. Is that the old school EVF? that is pretty unique. Now that's a photographer. He knew what he's getting his hands into. Worth the price. If unable to get the Metabones, wasn't able to get the Metabones, save up and ditch. Yeah, I definitely get the Metabones or that adapter that I just showed you, because it helps read that control, aperture control on this lens. Okay. My concern is distorting or vignette on the corners. That's my issue. Okay, works as advertised. Build quality is good. So they gave it 4 stars. Let's see here. Great as an adapter, not very good when it comes down to aperture change. Ooh. It's my struggles in that department. After being disappointed with the results, yeah, we've seen that already. Worth the price. Okay. Just read the negative comments. How many negative comments are here? There's 4 pages worth. Wow. Holy crap, there's 4 pages worth. Very upset after receiving the product, the Irix blades. Very upset after receiving the product, the Irix blades are rough and grind on each other. Wow, dude. I guess what he was trying to say, he was very upset and disappointed with the product. But the Irix blades were so rough, but they grind on each other too roughly, like sex on a beach. And each of those open it started to close. Ooh, after 10% close, the motion is smooth. Not, I don't get what he was trying to say there though. But yeah, I tried to. 2 stars. No autofocus. His review is so bullshit. It's bougie. That doesn't count. No, that doesn't count. It's not a good review. I end up sending it back. Purchased the Photo Deox, which works great. Which one is that? Okay, see. This is why, guys. If you are an Amazon affiliate or an Amazon customer, do what I do. Okay, do the fuck what I did. Let me show you. Look at that sexy profile on Amazon. That's a sexy profile. Check that out. Now you can see I got over 50,000 plus views. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of people following me and all that stuff. I'm ranked what? 53,000. Wow, that's not very impressive. But you see how I write these long ass reviews? Like, hey, I'm gonna do. See, don't buy this. See, and immediately say don't buy it. And I tell you reasons why not to buy it. Or my laptop pouches. But all these reviews are just long paragraphs or paragraphs in total. And it helps a lot of people. It helps some people, especially with my passport pouch. Just help my passport traveler pouch. Just help 11 people decide if they want to buy it or not. It may help more, just people just was too lazy to hit the helpful button, and that happens. But yeah, you can see from my reviews, I write them down as I go along and give you my personal opinions after some time. Yeah. So you can see I've been an Amazon customer for 10 years, mind you. Oh yeah, 10 years. It's been a long time. Oh, and did you know this past weekend was the Micro Four Thirds anniversary, 10-year anniversary. So we've been seduced and sexually harassed by Micro Four Thirds. Micro Four Thirds has been in our lives for the last 10 years. It has kissed us, and we have enjoyed the image quality, especially for video, for your video freaks out there that shooting on Panasonic GH4s, GH3s, GH5s. Yeah, it's been around for 10 years, and this past weekend was the anniversary. So happy anniversaries, Panasonic. Happy anniversary, Micro Four Thirds. You have gave us something to be amazed by. But is it dying? That's the question. Is it dying? No, it is not dying. Because if Micro Four Thirds was dying, I don't think Panasonic would push out the GH5, in my opinion. And I think Panasonic has something new in store for Micro Four Thirds. Some people may say like, look at Olympics with the Micro Four Thirds. 7 stops of stabilization on the sensor. Holy cow! Now, not even Sony was able to do that. Because if they was, this should have some stabilization on it. But like I said, when you give your sensors to third-party manufacturers and they do whatever they want with the sensors, yeah, that's when sometimes sensors go to shit. So, but I don't know, guys. You tell me. Should I make the investment and buy the adapter that I want because it's cheaper? It's $150, or I can add an extra additional $10, get the boost, mount that baby on, get that beautiful wide open aperture at f2.8. I think it should go back to f2.8. I'm not quite sure, because if it's f4, it should be f3.2. Should be 3.2, but I don't know. We have to see. We have to test it for ourselves. But yeah, I think this might be the start of something really crazy. So what I was gonna do with this was basically take some micro photography, get some some street photography with it. See how much reach I get out of this. Do some video for you video freaks out there. Yes, you can shoot video with the 300. If landscape and wildlife and sports photographers are doing it, you can do it too. There's nothing wrong using telephone lenses or micro lenses for video, because micro lenses are very versatile. And I was going to get some insane portraits, get some of that eye detail and that face detail, and this lens is really, really good. For $600, this is a really good lens. I definitely recommend it. But if you're so cheap to not want to buy this lens, if you have a Canon or a Nikon, which I do recommend for the Nikon, and then buy the adapter for the Z mount, it's gonna blow your freaking minds away. Like, oh, you could be like waking up in the morning like, oh, I just had a dream. I took the best bokeh photo ever. And then you want to go out and run the streets at night or early in the morning, and then people going to work, you're the only one that's actually at work taking photos. This is my job, lady, or this is my job, dude. Most people don't understand that. When they see photographers shooting in the mornings, that's our job. Our job is to capture moments, to capture those moments that you rarely see and you don't have time for. So most people don't understand it. Why we wake up at 4 o'clock for a golden hour or a blue hour? Well, that's what some people or some clients, or that's what the audience want. So we have to provide them, and this is what gets our name out there to the audience and out in the public. So people are like, I want the Panda photographer to shoot my photos. Hey, Blackie, Asian boy, whatever you want to call it, Panda, whatever, shoot my photos, please. Take my money. No, I'm kidding. But like I said, it's just, I can't wait. I just can't wait. I just don't want to buy a cheap adapter. As you saw from those those reviews, people are either lazy or they were so pissed off they didn't have no time to really write how much frustration they had. Because I'm pretty sure if that person took the time out and wrote a nasty review, it probably won't be published. Or the fact that Amazon does not want to publish nasty reviews, because they do censor some of that stuff. So it goes through a community review before they says yes, it's acceptable. Yes, that is true. Amazon's review policy within the community, they observe it, they read it, they think it's suitable, they will post it. If they think it's not as suitable because you add links to this and that, they won't. They think it's too much profanity being used in the review, you're definitely getting booted. So this person might have wrote something different and they refuse to accept it. We don't know. Or those parties or people. But like I said, guys, it's a here and it could be a lost cause. It could be a lost cause or a win. If you guys want to help me with the win, be my guest. But Yeet Technologies. If you guys want to send me that gimbal you guys have, I would really like that gimbal for this camera. But that gimbal only works for action cams. Why did you make a gimbal for only the action cam? Why don't you make one for your mirrorless camera? The digital stabilization works in 1080p, but there's still jitter and you can still see the shake. It's not perfect. But this is why I say, if you're going to buy this camera, buy a camera and a gimbal for the camera, and trust me, that footage is going to be like, smooth, buttery, sexy, and everyone loves some sexy video. Oh yeah, we love a sexy video, a sexy smooth video. But anyways, I just can't wait to mount this on. That's going to be, so how I'm going to be shooting is like this. I'm going to be shooting like this, camera, like, click, click. Can I shoot like this? Be like one of those other photographers that sneakily take your photo without your permission? Like, got you, bitch. No, I'm kidding. But I know I'm using profanity, but I'm trying to add humor to this video because I think it's funny that like someone's gonna like, dude, that lens is too big for that camera. Yes, it's true. But think about the results you get from mixing the two together. So, but anyway, I still got the box for it. I'm trying to keep the box in pristine condition, but it's been in my bag, been abused. Still got the warranty cards. I still got the, just in case I lose the back of the rear of my lens cap. Thank you, Irix, for supplying that. Yeah, so got the nice case for it. Look at this case. This case is badass. It's pretty cool. But camera's pretty cool too. So, nice camera. I like the size of it though. It's like, cause when I was taking photos, I was just doing this, holding in one hand, like, boop. But sometimes what I do is I do something like this, or like, if I'm saying that I take my body and I brace it against the wall, I would do this for stabilization, like, boop, boop, boop. Take pictures like that, or I just hold it just like this, like I'm holding a regular camera, and take photos. Boop, boop, boop. Because when you press the button, it's not force, but there's a little bit of shake, but the stabilization should work. But so if I'm like taking a picture of something up high, what I have to do is like hold it like this to my face. Like you see where my hand is? You see how I'm having my hand against my forehead? So I'm doing this. I'm looking at the screen so I can keep it stable. And that's how I shoot. Even with my professional cameras, that's how I shoot. I gotta use my body because I am the tripod in a lot of sense, but most people don't realize that. But you can see like, oh, not sure you guys can see, but people think I'm on crack or something. Like, what, dude? What are you doing? Like, stabilization, man, stabilization. I am the tripod. Yeah, but that's what she said. But with that said, everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Hope it's entertaining for your needs. But it's about that time. It's been an hour. So if you guys want to support the channel, please be my guest. Like, share, comment, subscribe. All the links to all these products are down in the descriptions below. Even the lenses, the camera, the adapter. But if you guys want to support the channel financially to keep the lights on here, because these lights need to be, there's a PayPal donation link down in the description below. But with that said, everyone, thank you for watching. Arigato. See you guys in the next live stream. Peace.